Hey y'all, so welcome back to Bama Girls Cafe. Today we're going to be doing a mini loaf pound cake. Yes honey, pound cake, another one, right? I know, southern thing. So we are going to be doing the butter pecan mini loaf pound cakes. Now what I've done is I've taken this recipe and I broke it down into half and I've restructured it so that we can do mini loaves that are absolutely fantastic and delicious. So if you're interested in seeing how I make my mini loaf pound cakes, then definitely stay tuned because y'all know we about to get our life in the kitchen today, honey. Yes, it's about to go down. And if you are new to my channel, then please like and subscribe. Also, drop me a few comments on the videos and I will definitely try to reply within a timely manner. And also, if you have a recipe that you would like to see, honey, don't be afraid to leave it down in the comment section because I will definitely love you guys' input on this channel. This is 2016. We're going to be trying some new things. I'm excited. I love you guys. See you guys back here in a second and we're going to get into making these mini loaf butter pecan pound cakes. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so today we are going to be doing a butter pecan mini loaf pan recipe. Basically what I've done is I've taken a pound cake recipe and broke it down in half and I'm going to do mini loaf pound cakes. So we're going to start with our butter as always and our sugar and we're going to let that mix. So we're going to let our butter and sugar start to mix. And we're going to let this cream for about 15 minutes. We're going to let it cream for 15 minutes. And then I'll be back to show you guys what's the next step. Alright guys, so we have creamed the butter. I went ahead and did 10 minutes. So now we're going to add in 1 egg at a time. I really need to get a hand mixer, so we've already added in 1 egg and we're going to let that beat in. Okay. Then we're going to add in the second egg. Now we've added in the second egg. My camera is acting a little crazy. So there's the second egg. And we're going to let that mix. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add in our extracts, and we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. So we've added in a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of lemon extract. And a half a teaspoon of butter. Half a teaspoon of butter flavoring. And now we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of whiskey. I ain't bought a big bottle, y'all, because I ain't want to drink it. So I just use this bottle for like cooking. And anytime you add pecans to anything, if you just add a little bit of spirits to it, it will take the recipe to another level. So we're going to let those mix in. So we've added in our 1/4 tablespoons of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. Now the salt is a little tricky, so I broke it down because I had to break it down into the right measurement. So you're going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then you're going to use 1/8. Then you're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and that will give you the correct measurements. Because like I said, the recipe has been broken down in halves. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to place in half of the flour. And half of the buttermilk. And we're going to just let that mix in. Okay, so now we're just going to scrape the side of the bowl and go ahead and add in the rest of our flour. Now, when you're working with pecans or any type of fruit, you need to take a little bit of it and put it into the nuts. Just a little, like I did right here. Because if you don't, then the nuts will sink all the way down to the bottom. So you kind of want to just, you know, put a little flour in there and just like toss it around. And that'll keep them from sinking to the bottom of your mix. And we're going to go ahead and add in the rest of that flour and the rest of the buttermilk. So we've added the last of the flour and we've added the last of the buttermilk. And let's just make sure we get all that buttermilk out of there. Okay. And now we're going to let this mix. And now we're just going to continue to let this mix. I say give it a good, so you want to let this mix a good 5 or 6 minutes and then scrape down the bowl and then add in the pecans. Alright guys, so we've let the mix finish incorporating, and now we're going to add in the pecans. And I'm just going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. And we're going to let these mix in. And we're going to just let the pecans mix in now that I've scraped down the side of the bowl. And that won't take very long. Alright. Alright guys, so now we've got all the pecans mixed in, and I'm going to clean up, and we're going to come back and we're going to get these ready to go into the oven. I'm sorry if the video is a little spotty tonight. My camera is doing that weird thing where it likes to cut off. But the devil is a lie, because we are going to get through this tonight, honey. Alright guys, so now we're back and we have our mini loaf pan. And I got this at Joann's early this month. I'm going to do a updated haul video eventually. Well, because I've gotten some new items. But this is a mini loaf pan and it holds 8. And I got it at Joann's and it was regularly, I think it was regular price $9. And I ended up getting it for I ended up getting it for like $4.50 I think at Joann's. So definitely go into Joann's and check them out when they're doing their 50 and 40% off coupons, because you can use it to get the pots, the baking pans in there for a good price. I always buy the pans when they are having a 50% off special or coupon on any one price, regular price item. So they're known for having those good coupons. Okay, so what I like to use is the Bacon Joy, because it's just a lot easier to deal with. So I'm going to use this Wilton's regular size scoop. Excuse me. I'm going to use this Wilton's regular size scoop to measure out how much goes into each little pan. So what I do is I just grab some out of the bowl and kind of like measure it out evenly. And then I put it into a tin. Sometimes you need a little bit more. You want to fill it up about halfway. This one has a little bit too much. Okay. And you just want to repeat the same thing over and over. And this recipe should give you about... But I got this idea because in December, I mailed mini pound cake loaves to the soldiers in Kuwait and my husband to hand out to the soldiers over there. So I decided that, hey, I'll give it a try and see if I could make mini loaf pound cakes. That way they could all have their individual little pound cake for Christmas. And it worked out fine. So I decided that I was going to show you guys on the channel how to do mini loaf pound cakes. Because you can, you know, hand them out if you're having like a breakfast party or something. You can give these out or serve them on a tray. Or you can even put them in little bags and hand them out to your neighbors. Okay, so we have 8 in here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this in the oven at 360 for about 10 to 15 minutes, because they don't take long to cook at all. That's the great thing about putting them into small pans. They cook really fast, about the same amount of time as a cupcake. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a minute when these are done and cooled. Okay guys, so now we're going to get ready to make the glaze for the butter pecan mini loaves. And what I use is a half a cup of pecans, and I just give them a rough chop. And then I go ahead and set these to the side. Then you need a cup of confectionate sugar to start out with. Confectionate sugar is kind of tricky sometimes when you're making a glaze. So I always start out with a cup. So you want to get a cup of confectionate sugar to start. So you got a cup of confectionate sugar. And you want to use probably so you put in 2 teaspoons of buttermilk and just start mixing it up. And then you want to add in about a teaspoon. Okay, so we've added in our vanilla. And now we're going to add in some some butter extract, just probably a half a teaspoon. And I will leave the full recipe in the comment section. So now we're just gonna keep mixing it, and you have to be careful and just add a little bit of liquid to the glaze. You have to be careful when you're making a glaze with with confectionate sugar. And alright guys, so I had to charge the camera for a second. So now we're just going to add a little bit more buttermilk into the mix and smooth this out. Gonna add just a little bit more. And you want to get it to about that consistency. So it just like drizzles off the spoon. And you want to make sure you get all the lumps out. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and add in the pecans. Okay, so now we have added in the pecans. And you see it's a little stiff. So we're just gonna add a little tiny drop of buttermilk in there to thin it out a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna do like a little bit more. And then it should be at the right consistency. Alright guys, so now we have our glaze. And I think the mini loaves are done. So give me a second and we're going to take them out of the oven and put them on the rack and let them cool. Okay, so now we have 8 in here and then we have 2 more in the other one. So this mix gave us about 10 of them. If I would have did the cakes a little bit smaller, then we probably could have got 12. But that's fine. So I put a cookie sheet up under the tray so it could catch the glaze fall out from on top. And now we're going to just turn these all the same way. And they've cooled down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the glaze on them. And I just like to use a fork and kind of like drizzle the pecan glaze back and forth. You don't have to get a lot on them, just enough to, like, you know, leave that little crunch. And you just want to let the glaze sit on them for about an hour and stiffen. So you just want to just keep putting the glaze on them, and you want to let the little pound cakes sit out for about an hour and let the glaze harden on them. And then you can put them in little treat bags and package them up and give them out. You can even do these for bake sales. Alright guys, so basically we are done with these. We're gonna just let the icing, well, the glaze get stiff, and then I'm probably gonna bag a few of them up and hand them out to my neighbors tomorrow morning. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. They really tasty, so I don't know if I want to share. I probably will. I don't need to eat all 10 of these, but I would if I could. But the way my life is set up, it's not gonna happen. Alright guys, so I'll see you back here later. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Alright guys, so now we are done with the mini Loaf pound cakes. I'm so excited that I got a chance to do this video and you guys got to tune in and watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and also if you have any recipes that you would like to see, please drop me a line. Don't be afraid to comment on the videos. Don't be afraid to let me know if you see something that I can fix or change in the videos. I'm always open to constructive criticism. That's a part of being a chef. So with that being said, I love you guys. Welcome to 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. Bye-bye.